Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is Amy Mercer. She is your city assessor. And Amy, we're glad to have you back on the show. Just getting done with last year's role, and now you're right into this year's role. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Jeremy. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So you've kicked off the 2021 assessment cycle, and you've got some exciting news this year, some new tools, I would say. I'm going to call them tools, but new advantages for residents to keep everybody safe during COVID. Tell us what we should expect as we move into 2021. Hard to say.
Okay. Well, we're doing our standard process where we send a letter out to property owners that when we'd like to view their property. But this year we're giving an additional option to viewing the property using Zoom meetings. And so if a property owner would like that, they just let us know, and we can send them a link via the email. And then we can just walk through their property using a camera phone or a tablet, any type of mobile device that would have a camera on it, where we could also see the interior of their property. And then we don't have to come out to their house, and we can work safely from our office and review the file and just ask them some additional questions when we talk through it.
When you're looking at, as you start this new role, why do you need to do this? And what has changed from last year going to this year? What prompts you to want to see a property?
Okay. Yeah. So the reasons we come out would be like building inspection. If you pull a permit and you add basement finish, well, we'll want to come out and view that basement finish. We also come out for sale reviews. So the Department of Revenue requires us to review all sales. And so part of that is asking the sale questions to determine if it's what we call an arm's length transaction, willing buyer, willing seller, and out on the open market, those type of things. But we have to make sure we have the correct data matching that sale price. And that's why we want to view the property. In some cases, the property might have changed since the last time we went into it. It could have a whole bunch of new updates, and that's how we'll capture those updates. Or it could be the opposite, and it could have been damaged or torn out the basement finish since we were last in it. And that's how we'll know those factors. And we can match that sale price to that data. And that's what helps us analyze then those sales and the market adjustments within the community.
So do letters go out to every single resident, or are they going out to the ones that you want to take a look at this year?
We're just sending those out to the ones that we'd like to view this year. We don't have enough time or enough staff to view all of the properties in the city. So we typically will view a property about once every 10 years or so. Or more often if somebody keeps making changes or that property keeps selling. And that.
So let's I'm going to take it as a stab here as a homeowner and run some scenarios by you. So you'd mentioned about updates in the basement, but what if you have like an update to your roof? Like you put new shingles on or you put a metal roof on, is that going to make a significant change compared to the last time that they were there? Let's say you were there 5 years ago and you come and, or you're aware of this.
Yeah, it kind of depends. So if it's something on the exterior, we can do a drive-by or an exterior walk around. So if they pull a deck permit and we were in it like a year or two ago, we don't have to come through the house again. We can just go and do an exterior, measure that new deck and change that out. And if it's just a change out, then there really isn't that much of a difference. If it's a new roof, if let's say the last time we were there like 2 years ago and it was really bad, then we might have moved that exterior to a fair rating or a poor rating, depending on what it was at that time. And now maybe it's in a good rating. And so we have different ratings for exterior, interior, kitchen, bath, and mechanicals.
How about a question that I think of a lot is do you want the assessor to come to your house and keep taking it? Obviously that's your job and you need to do it, but should residents, is there a reason that you want to keep having you come out, keep looking at it, and keeping that number up to date? Is there benefit on both sides? Because I think when I look down the road and you're doing the comparable sale, you're doing all of these things together, it seems to me that keeping everything up to date is probably really important.
Yeah, and well, for us, it's important, and how do I say it? For all the taxpayers, it's important because it keeps everything equitable. Um, you know, the whole process works if all the data is accurate, and that where you run into problems is if we don't have that updated data. Um, one property owner might be being valued for their basement finish, and another one, we don't know that they finished it off. And then the property owners get upset with us, and it's like, well, we only know what we know. We property owners should be pulling a building permit when they do these items, and if they don't, it's, we only find out through the grapevine then or the next time we view that property. It's a good thing to property owners because then you have that appreciation. So if you're someone who has in your home, and you have a mortgage on your house and you have PMI insurance, well, the more you're putting work into your home, the higher that value is, and it's appreciating. So the sooner you could, in essence, remove that PMI and have your house refinanced then and remove that and then save yourself money that ways. And of course, when people want to sell, then they want their value to be as high as it is because they want to get more out of it. And then they want all that data accurate. But when it comes to your taxes, that's based on your assessment. And then people want it as low as it can be. So it's kind of it depends on what that person wants at that point in time sometimes.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you going over it. I know that's not an easy question to answer, and I know there's more details than just that piece, but I think that's super important. You're all trying to do your best to keep it even keel, if you will, and keep that up. And you and your staff have done a wonderful job on doing that. And I know you've had to come over a lot of hurdles and a lot of work behind the scenes, and we certainly appreciate it for the work you're doing. As we wrap up here, if people have concerns, questions about the ladder or getting these appointments set up, or just general questions overall, you are a great person to talk to first and foremost. And I could tell because I was with a meeting with you today and your phone was ringing off the hook. You're a popular person. But if people want to talk to you or your staff, what's the best way to start that process?
It's usually the easiest to reach us by phone, which is 608-270-4235. And that's our main number. And if you call that, you can reach any one of us or whoever is in the office. We can grab that phone. You can also reach us by email, and our email addresses are on the city's website under the assessing page. Our assessing page also has some frequently asked questions on there and a lot of frequent quick links also that give you additional information about your property or any other property in the city.
Yeah, and I think you and your staff are definitely there to explain, go through things, show you the resources, and help bring it all into perspective, which I think is awesome. I always was afraid of the assessing department, and the more I talk and get to know on what's going on, the more it helps understand what's going on. So I know you're really busy. We appreciate your time today, and we'll keep getting the information out there. Anything else that you want to say here before as we wrap up, Amy?
No, this year I'll be with COVID. We're trying a lot of different things. So just want property owners to know we'll just keep reacting the best we can because we want to keep everybody safe,
Absolutely. And we want you to stay safe as well, and residents alike. All right, Amy, thank you so much. We'll catch back up with you real soon.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Amy Mercer, City Assessor. Again, if you got any questions, check in on the website. That's a great starting spot on their page. They keep it up to date. And again, it can answer a lot of questions for you. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.